Urban Village Church is a home you can always return to.
A brave space.
It's the church I'd always hoped existed.
And we are not afraid of the questions that don't have answers yet.
We're for the ones who have been left out or kicked out, or even the ones who ran out.
We know that the church is a place for you and your story.
And we mean it when we say that you can belong here even if you don't believe.
We understand that our salvation and liberation are bound up in one another.
We know the gospel is more than a theory.
It's a commandment that we take to make real-life changes within ourselves and the world.
We are all kinds of people. Black.
Latinx.
I'm gay.
I am a Southsider.
And I belong here.
We are Urban Village Church.
So the first time I attended UVC, I was with my parents, and it was Pride Month. And I remember Pastor Hannah preaching a lit sermon, as usual. And she shared a video of two queer friends teaching sign language. And I remember sitting there in Court Theater and thinking, am I in church right now? It was this powerful moment, like, wow, where has this been my whole life? Because I feel like it's something that I had been searching for and in need of for a long time. So it means a lot to be at a church that celebrates diversity of every form and welcomes all people as beloved children of God, and a safe space where I feel like I've been able to ask the questions that I've had for a long time, and to be in community with people who have similar questions and who can fully relate to my journey of faith. And to also recognize that it's okay not to have all the answers, and that I'm not alone, but that we're figuring this out together in community.
Hey there, I am Bernard Holcomb, and I was first introduced to Urban Village Church in 2011 when I moved to Chicago. I had grown up in Detroit in a fundamentalist Christian home. My dad is a pastor, my mom an evangelist, and so we went to church every Sunday. We were in church all the time. So I fell in love with church. I fell in love with God. I fell in love with music. But there was always something that was blocking me from being able to worship with my true heart. There wasn't necessarily a space that was made for me to be who I was. There wasn't necessarily a space that was made for me to bring my question. If I had a question about something, what God was saying, what this scripture meant, or if I actually believed. If I were a believer or unbeliever, could I come to a space and worship with others? Or just observe, or just be myself? Could I come to a space where love is love, where God is love, without any stipulations, without it having to do with sexuality, or without it having to do with economic status, just at the base of it all, love, worship. Urban Village is not just a church. Urban Village is a community. Urban Village is the beating heart of Chicago, and I'm so grateful that we crossed paths. I'm grateful because I met some forever friends. I'm grateful that I was able to be one of the worship leaders at the Hyde Park Woodlawn site, because I could be myself, because I could explore what it meant to be an out gay man, Black man that happens to love other men, but also just be able to come to a space where I could worship and be.
My name is Jonah. My pronouns are they, them, theirs, and I'm a church planter in Milwaukee now, but I remember when I was first a community member at Urban Village. I had been looking for church for a long time. As a queer-identified evangelical Christian with a seminary education and a budding exploration into my non-binary gender, I wasn't really sure where to go to church. A friend of mine, a trans man, mentioned a church that he went to, and I asked him about it. I said, do they know? Do they know about you? Or do you just pass quietly in the background? And he said, oh no, I get to be my full self at this church in a true and whole way. Urban Village Church is one of my many homes. And though I have moved away and been sent out, I will always celebrate the victories, the joys, the moments that make UVC.
Urban Village Church is celebrating 10 years of following Jesus in bold, inclusive, and relevant ways. Yet even as we celebrate, we know that there is still more to be done.
We are striving to become anti-racist, fully inclusive, spirit-led expressions of God's beauty in the world.
And we are committed to equipping others to do the same. We are Urban Village Church.